Please rise for the processional of the class of 2026.
Please join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for all you've provided for us. Thank you for all the opportunities you've given us, including being able to go to a school like Baylor. Thank you for every student, teacher, faculty, and staff for making this place truly feel like a home. As we celebrate our accomplishments, we also recognize the new doors that you have opened for us. Please bless us with kindness, strength, and guidance as we continue the next chapters of our lives. May we experience the peace and hope that comes from you. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen, and thank you, Kate. Today is a day of celebration, a day where we get to honor the members of the class of 2026. And I know I speak for the faculty and staff when we express our gratitude for the leadership that this class has displayed throughout this year. The school year really is dictated by the spirit of the senior class. And I think that's a big reason why this has been such an amazing year at Baylor. So I would love for everyone in here to give our class of 2026 a big round of applause to start today. We're going to begin today with our military academy appointments. And it is my honor to ask our own Mr. James Scott to come forward with our first military academy appointment.
Good morning. Since 1802, the United States Military Academy, West Point, has educated, trained, and inspired generations of leaders committed to the values of loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. In Titus Norman, West Point, and the Army will gain a young man who can think critically, has a dogged work ethic, and can maintain his enthusiasm and sense of humor under the most difficult circumstances. I hear that he wrestles too. Titus follows in the footsteps of a long line of Baylor students to start their years of service on the banks of the Hudson River. Most notably, Medal of Honor recipient Ralph Puckett. In accepting his appointment to the United States Military Academy, Titus reminds us that the words on the plaque dedicating Duke Arena still ring true, with the confident assurance that Baylor men will always heed their nation's righteous call. Please join me in congratulating Titus Norman.
Thank you and congratulations. It's now my honor to ask another faculty member to come forward, Mr. Doug Smith, to continue with our military academy appointments.
As some of you may know, my wife and I recently sold our house in preparation for my retirement and moved into a travel trailer. And this weekend, someone broke into my travel trailer and moved the top button on my uniform shirt over a couple of millimeters. So if I choke up here or at the luncheon, that's the reason. William Oliver Phillips, from your senior speech and having you last year in class, I observed that you are a lover of a good adventure. You are not adverse to taking a risk, hopefully not a foolish one. Your college experience will, in some ways, be similar to your classmates, but in most others, it will be radically different. Your time in the fleet may put you at the end of the spear. You may find your life, and more significantly, the lives of those you lead, at risk. You can do this. In just a few weeks, you will take an oath. You will repeat this oath again before receiving your commission. This is the same oath all of us who put on the uniform will take or have taken. It is the same oath Titus and Brody Brooks will take. The very first thing you will pledge is to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. It is not a mistake that this is the first line in the oath. Before following the orders of those people above you in the chain of command, your primary job is not to blindly obey. It is not to defend mom and apple pie. It is not to defend the NFL, the NBA, or even Major League Baseball. Your primary job is to defend this document. For that reason, this morning, I'm giving you a copy. I also have copies for Titus and Brody. Between now and taking the oath, read it. Spoiler alert, it's a little dull. But both sides of the political aisle claim radically different views of what it says. Speaking of which, it will be your job to be as apolitical as you can. Your job is not to tell people how to vote, but instead to defend their right to vote. I bought you the smallest version I could find so you can keep it in the pouch of the outside of your sea bag. It's a little one. Titus and Brody, I'm not sure what the Army calls those bags, but you should keep yours there also. By the way, go Navy, beat Army.
There are many ways to serve Baylor, and one that is extremely important is to document the year in the form of our yearbook, The Tower. It is a publication that truly is permanent. From reunions to alumni gatherings, we continue to pull out the yearbook, The Tower, from year to year at all of these different occasions. And so much work, time and effort goes into this, and it's a significant investment financially as well. And we put this in charge of, with faculty oversight, we have students who dedicate so much time. And so now it is my honor to have Kate Henry come forward and share with us some words about this year's tower. So join me in welcoming Kate.
Hi, my name is Kate Henry, and I'm editor of The Tower. As many of y'all know, each year the senior class votes to dedicate the tower to a faculty member who they feel has made a positive impact on them as a class. This year, the recipient is someone who taught many of us in middle and high school, and is well known around campus for her friendly smile, passion for science, and seemingly effortless good style. While I didn't get to have her in high school, I had the privilege of being in her 8th grade science class. From guiding forensic investigations to behind-the-scenes tours of the Tennessee Aquarium, her excitement and creativity for her classes is evident. She is often described as someone with an uplifting demeanor and positive attitude who always greets her students, past or present, as though they never left her class. To quote some of her students, she is one of those teachers you don't need to have had in class to know her love and compassion for her students. She shows up with the best attitude and care for every student she comes across. I could not think of a better person to honor for this year's tower. Please help me congratulate Ms. Woodrow for the 2025-2026 dedication of the tower. Ms. Woodrow, please come forward.
Good morning. My name is Vic Oakes, and I am fortunate to work alongside our country's finest collection of teaching artists. And I'm fortunate today to present some awards from our Fine Arts Department. This year's recipient of our first Fine Arts Award might be best known for his acting, but he is also a dedicated technician, musician, director, and writer. This year offered many opportunities for students to shine in the arts, and this person excelled in demonstrating commitment, talent, professionalism, collegiality, and positivity. His sense of humor, combined with his genuine curiosity and desire to learn, make him an asset to any rehearsal space or scene shop. His commitment to growth, his authenticity, his perseverance through hardship and challenges, and his dedication to his peers and the work in creative spaces make him an excellent and deserving recipient of this award. Please join me in recognizing Wyatt McDaniel. Our next recipient of a Fine Arts Award is an exceptionally hardworking, visionary, and dedicated artist whose passion for creating art is evident in every piece she produces. She consistently takes creative risks, demonstrates remarkable talent as a visual storyteller, and generously supports her peers through thoughtful critique and encouragement. In recognition of her artistic achievement and potential, she was selected to attend the Art Basel conference in Miami in partnership with Savannah College of Art and Design this past fall. We are thrilled that she will continue pursuing her passion for the arts in her university studies this fall. Please join me in recognizing Kimber McKenzie. Our third and final recipient of a Fine Arts Award is a technician of his craft and an ambassador for the arts through numerous contributions which embody an ambitious phrase often uttered in the arts complex, where great talent meets great effort. This student's dedicated efforts have made an extraordinary impact on our fine arts community through countless comedic and dramatic performances. He has brought energy, authenticity, and creativity to the stage, captivating audiences and inspiring fellow performers with both humor and emotional depth. Beyond the dramatic stage, he has demonstrated success in the vocal music program, where his musicality, leadership, and commitment to excellence have elevated every group of which he has been a part. More importantly, he has encouraged others through his kindness, collaboration, and passion for performance. Please join me in recognizing Cody Coppage.
Good morning. My name is Mark Price, and I serve as our athletic director, and I have the privilege of presenting this year's Senior Athletic Awards. We will begin with the Senior Scholar Athlete Awards. The Scholar Athlete recipients are varsity athletes that are chosen from among the highest-ranking students in the senior class and are voted on by the varsity head coaches. This year's Female Scholar Athlete Award goes to one of Baylor's most impressive soccer players from this year's state title team. She is a 5-year day student and is among the top academic achievers in her class. She has been an All-State and All-Region honoree during her soccer career and was also named to the Chattanooga Area Best of Preps soccer team. She has achieved great success as a soccer player, all while being named a National Merit Commended Scholar, National Honor Society member, president of the Math Club, among many countless academic honors. She will continue her soccer and educational pursuits next year at MIT. Help me congratulate this year's Female Scholar Athlete, Miss Elizabeth Silva. Our Male Scholar Athlete Award goes to a young man that ranks among the top students in the senior class as well. This 7-year day student is a two-sport athlete that has been a steadily improving performer in both cross-country and in track. He has been named to the All-State team 3 times across both sports. He is a top 10 performer in Baylor history in the 1600 and the 3200, as well as being a school record holder in the 4x800 relay and the distance medley relays. He has achieved all this while taking upwards of 10 AP classes and being a member of the Round Table, Cum Laude Society, and the National Honor Society. He is signed a scholarship next year to run at Colgate University. Please join me congratulating this year's Male Scholar Athlete, Mr. Lake Montgomery. The Outstanding Senior Athlete Awards are voted on by the senior letter winners. This year's Outstanding Senior Female Athlete is a 7-year day student that has participated in both varsity soccer and varsity basketball during her Baylor tenure. She has been a 2-year captain and starter in soccer and helped lead Baylor to 3 consecutive state championships. She is also a 2-time All-East Region selection in soccer, and she will continue playing soccer next year as she is signed with Carson Newman University. Please join me in honoring Miss Lily Catalanato. This year's Outstanding Male Athlete is voted on by the senior letter winners. Is one of our highest achieving track and cross-country athletes in school history. As a four-year boarding student, he was 6 times named All-State across track and cross-country. He was the Tennessee State champion in the indoor 2-mile and finished second overall at the 2025 state cross-country meet. He broke Baylor records in the 1600, 3200, and anchored the school record-holding 4x800 and distance medley relays. He is signed to run cross-country next year at Georgetown University. All please help me congratulate our outstanding male athlete, Mr. Marshall McConville. Our best all-around athlete awards are voted on by the head coaches. The head coach's vote for the best all-around female athlete goes to a 3-year day student that has excelled as a 2-sport varsity athlete in both track and field and soccer. This young lady was the captain of the state championship girls soccer team in 2025 and was named to MVP honors during the state tournament. She earned all-region honors 3 times in soccer and has been a mainstay on the girls sprint relay teams since she came to Baylor as a sophomore, earning medals 3 times at the state meet. She will continue her athletic career next year as she is signed to play soccer at Tennessee Tech University. Please join me in honoring Miss Hadley Griffith. And finally, this year's best all-around male athlete is a boarding student that's one of the school's most decorated wrestlers in recent history. He was a 3-time TSSAA state champ, and along the way earned honors as both an Ironman All-American and a Powerade All-American. He was a finalist at this year's Kansas City Stampede and was a national champion in his weight class at this year's National Preps. He concluded the season as the number 6 ranked wrestler in the country by Flow Wrestling. As you know, he was up here that he is committed to attend West Point next fall and wrestle. Please help me congratulate Mr. Titus Norman.
Good morning. My name is Suzanne Collins, and I serve as chair of the English department. It is my honor to represent the English faculty in presenting the Excellence in English Award to 3 seniors who have demonstrated a commitment to excellence and a love of the written word. Our first recipient does not seek the limelight, often content to listen while others share their ideas. Yet, he has an uncanny instinct for recognizing when a discussion needs clarity, direction, or momentum. And with thoughtful precision, he steps in to propel the class toward deeper understanding. His analytical writing reflects the same depth of thought, and his sincere curiosity and desire to learn make him an invaluable presence in the classroom. Please join me in recognizing Max Menninger. Our next recipient demonstrates brilliance and maturity each time she asks a question or shares her thoughts on literature. A powerful discussion leader, she makes a point of trying to bring every classmate into the conversation and does a phenomenal job of building on and sometimes challenging what she encounters. By composing effective questions that reflect her critical reading skills, her intellectual curiosity and focus are on full display. The same could be said for her well-crafted essays. Please join me in recognizing Elizabeth Silva. Our final recipient asks questions that are so incisive that they can make the teacher feel like a student again, scrambling to come up with something that matches their thoughtfulness. While reading, she not only attends to the words on the page, but also seems to hear echoes of other text, ideas, and images she's already assimilated. And she writes, no matter how short the assignment, with the care and deliberation needed in a final draft, but with the daring originality suited to a rough one. Please join me in recognizing Michelle Yu.
Good morning. My name is Heather Beeble, and I serve as the chair of the History Department. The History Department has selected 3 students to receive Excellence in History Awards. The recipient of the first Excellence in History Award is recognized for taking the most rigorous course load in the History Department and for finding great success in each course: AP World History, AP United States History, and AP European History. This year's recipient not only excelled in the previous mentioned AP courses, but she also took an impressive 7 total history courses during her time in the upper school, 6 of which were AP classes. She demonstrated an interest, an ability, and a commitment to learning while in history class, and she took a wide spectrum of history courses ranging from recognizing and unpacking works of art to understanding supply and demand curves. Please help me congratulate Kate Henry. The recipient of the second Excellence in History Award is for the most civic-minded student in the Baylor community, who not only excelled in the classroom. This student was heavily involved in civic engagement as well in the greater community. This year's recipient served as Baylor's debate club co-president. She also served as a member of the Mayor's Youth Council and as an officer for 3 civic engagement conferences in the state of Tennessee, all while she excelled in all of her history courses. The recipient of this award is also recognized as a civic scholar, where she created a digital platform to track the Baylor Community Service scholars and their reading. Shanina Dong is truly a civic-minded historian. Congratulations, Shanina. The final Excellence in History Award is given to the budding historian, a student who has displayed a dedicated interest and passion for history during his or her career at Baylor. You will find this year's recipient of the award more often than not conducting research of some sort. Yes, he thoroughly engages with and enjoys writing research papers, but he also conducts his own research while traveling the world and talking to the locals. He strives to understand complicated current world events by researching different perspectives to gain a more complete picture of the situation. This student does not learn content in a history course to take a test. He learns material so he can better understand the world we live in today. Please help me congratulate Jerry Ma.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ruth Ann Graham of the World Languages Department, which I'm proud to represent as we recognize some of our top linguists with our 3 World Language Awards. The first language award goes to a student who has injected curiosity, creativity, and joy into our language classes. Having pursued an independent summer language exchange program, the student returned to Baylor with the skills to achieve at the highest AP German standards. His dedication and passion for the language and his contributions to classroom engagement are further evident in the German TikTok channel he launched. He is not in the room right now as he is sitting for the 4-hour AP German language exam, which I guess you're all glad you're not sitting in for. Please join me in congratulating in absentia Charlie Byram. Our second World Language Award goes to a student who has distinguished herself in all language classes through exceptional motivation and consistently outstanding performance. Her time studying in Spain through Baylor's exchange program accelerated her growth dramatically, and she returned with near-native fluency and deep cultural insight. She exemplifies intellectual curiosity, global awareness, and the promise to make a meaningful impact beyond the classroom, which she will have a chance this afternoon to do when she sits for the AP Spanish Literature exam. Please join me in congratulating Pippa Hill. Our third World Language Award goes to a student who has consistently stood out in the world language classroom as a preternaturally poised scholar. She applies feedback with precision and is meticulous in her attention to nuance and detail. Her work ethic is unparalleled. In 4 years, she never once submitted late work or allowed her accuracy to drop below 95%. Though she is not in the room right now because she is sitting for the AP German exam, please join me in congratulating in absentia German scholar Addie Morgan.
Good morning. My name is Nader Mohyuddin, and I serve as the chair of the math department. The math department is proud to present X awards for excellence in all levels of upper school math, where X represents the only even prime integer. That means 2. In no particular order. The first math award recipient is Rigdon King Anderson. It is hard to find a student more enthusiastic about math than Rigdon. In the words of one of his teachers, he loves math. Math teachers are not known for their expansive vocabulary. Another teacher shares that he brings joy to the classroom and that he pushes definitions to their limit and generalizes concepts with enthusiasm. He's also fascinated by quantum computing and helped start the Quantum Club. Rigdon, you're an endlessly curious math student and a great mathematician. Congratulations. The final math award goes to Richard Liu. Like his music, Richard's math is elegant, precise, and even beautiful. His teachers say that he is an enormously talented student and brings a high-level expertise that will be difficult to replace in any classroom. He self-studies beyond the scope of the course material, and he loves learning for its own sake. In addition to his classroom excellence, he was also the first ever grand integrator at Baylor last year and competed in numerous math competitions during his time here on campus. Richard, you are also a great mathematician. Congratulations.
Good morning. I'm Jesse Young, and I serve as chair of the science department. Good luck to my physics students who will leave immediately from here to go take their AP Physics C exam. Sure, you're excited. The first recipient of the Science Award brings an incredible enthusiasm and drive to science, constantly pushing himself well beyond the expectations of the course. He often is several days ahead of regularly explorers advanced topics like organic chemistry, neuroscience, purely out of genuine curiosity. He has earned perfect scores across every AP Science Baylor offers: chemistry, biology, physics, and psychology, while also excelling in advanced research. His initiative truly stands out. He's the only student this year to publish a review article describing his experience developing a computational model of synaptic plasticity. I'll work on it. Evan Zhou's love of learning and willingness to challenge himself make him a deserving award for the Excellence in Science Award. The second recipient exemplifies excellence in scientific research. Through her discipline, curiosity, and drive to understand concepts at a deep and meaningful level, in a remarkably short time, she has made significant impact in consistently producing work of the highest quality. She has taken the lead in establishing a new method for detecting DNA samples in the field, demonstrating both initiative and technical skill. Beyond her own research, she is a dedicated mentor who uses her free periods to guide and support introductory students. Her commitment to learning, leadership, and collaboration makes A.J. Lorson a truly deserving recipient of the Science Research Prize. The final recipient exemplifies what it means to have true passion for science. He's an incredibly mindful, hardworking, selfless member of the lab whose infectious positivity elevates those around him. Always ready with a smile or well-timed remark, he fosters a collaborative, encouraging environment. He has demonstrated exceptional initiative by spearheading the development of a new molecular method, biology technique, applying a little-known chemical property discovered 50 years ago, and to modern research and impressive progress. His enthusiasm for learning and his ability to communicate his work with clarity and excitement makes Daniel Bruce a highly deserving recipient of the Passion for Science Prize.
Good morning. I'm Takesha Haney, Baylor's Director of Community Service. The Community Service Award honors a student who has made significant contributions to the RESPECT program through their time, actions, talents, and dedication. This year, we honor the exceptional four-year legacy of a multi-role leader. As a tutor, reading leader, site leader, student leader, and Jamaica tripper, this student has invested in the hearts and minds of both our scholars and our program, ensuring a bright future. Her faculty leader describes her as one who motivates. Her joy is catching. Daily at Carver, she sets a standard of positivity and excitement for learning. Scholars gravitate towards her, and the RESPECT program is left better because of her steady commitment to joyful service. I'm honored to present this year's Community Service Award to Olivia Williams.
Good morning. My name is Ann Catherine Taylor, and I serve as the Director of College Counseling. And today I get to recognize our newest members of the Cum Laude Society. The Cum Laude Society, founded at Baylor in 1958, honors by membership a group of Baylor seniors and juniors whose scholarship has been marked by unquestioned excellence. The example which they have set as dedicated students, an example which recognizes not simply ability, but an unfailing desire to learn and to improve, entitles them to leave Baylor with our highest praise, cum laude. Today we are pleased to honor 28 seniors and 5 juniors as members of the Cum Laude Society. These students will receive both a certificate and pen. You may collect these in the upper school office after the award ceremony. These students have earned the right to wear this pen at commencement next week as the lone adornment we allow students to affix to their graduation gowns, for it serves as an outward and visible sign of their academic accomplishment. I also want to recognize the current senior members, elected as juniors, who are present today to stand and join me in welcoming these new members. Our current members are Pippa Hill, James McCorkle, Elizabeth Silva, Anna Stoddard, and Michelle Yu. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. You can sit down. New members, as your name is called, please stand and remain standing until all names have been called. Please hold your applause until the end. Juniors, Luke Allen, Max Guo, Ellie Wu, y'all can stand up, William Yao, and Mandy Yu. And now for the seniors, Eloise Adams, William Barker, Sophia Bell, Emily Betterton, Gavin Boggs, Charlie Byram, Lily Catalanato, Tyler Coleman, Sydney Douglas, Ben Ellison, Virginia Foster, Emmeline Gibbs, Kate Henry, William Hubbard, Bowen Johnson, Rigdon King Anderson, A.J. Lorson, Richard Liu, Claire Mayberry, Max Menninger, Zoe Meisenheimer, Lake Montgomery, Addie Morgan, Millie Renero, George Stowe, Heath Techasiriwan, Elizabeth Watson, and Evan Zoe. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Elizabeth Burnett, and I serve as the Dean of Students in the Upper School. It's my privilege to recognize the salutatorian and valedictorian from the class of 2026. Having earned the second highest grade average in the 11th and 12th grades and receiving a 12-inch engraved silver tray, this year's salutatorian is James McCorkle. James is currently in Phoenix, Arizona, representing Baylor in the International Science and Engineering Fair. So you can congratulate him when he returns. Having earned the highest grade average in the 11th and 12th grades and receiving a 13-inch engraved silver tray, this year's valedictorian is Anna Stoddard.
Good morning. My name is Garrison Connor, and I serve as the head of the upper school. Our next award is named for Michelle Kadri, a member of the class of 1991 who was killed tragically in a traffic accident. The recipient of this award combined a strong desire to do their best with a deeply caring attitude about others. This year's recipient is a thoughtful and disciplined scholar and athlete whose growth is driven by persistence, reflection, and heart. In the classroom, she embraces challenge with intention, earning distinction across all subjects, in large part because of her fearless willingness to constantly improve. It is, however, in other areas of campus life that she meets the spirit of this award and the legacy of Michelle Kadri. As a prefect in Hunter Hall, she has been a steady, welcoming leader for new and returning girls. A 3-time soccer state champion, I will never forget watching her being taken out in a nasty play in the state semifinals a couple of years ago. A group of administrators cheered her on as she prepared for her free kick, and she turned before the kick to say, "Thank you so much for coming." Even in the height of competition, she was focused on others. The recipient of this year's Michelle Kadri Award is Zoe Meisenheimer. The Service Award is given to a senior who has contributed richly to the school through service. This year's recipient exemplifies the spirit of service in all aspects of his Baylor experience. A member of the Respect Board and Jamaica Tripper, he has made a goal to support those in our broader community while mentoring Baylor students to do the same. On campus, you can find him participating in Red Circle, Harris Stanford, debate, and as a Joe-Key Tripper. But what faculty members noted was that he is constantly thinking about how to make our Baylor community better. It was that mindset that led him to revive our chapel bells, which for years had remained silent. When the bell rings each hour and for special events, our community is reminded to pause and be grateful for what has been given to us. How fitting that that was given life by a student. The recipient of this year's Service Award is Avery Glover. The Faculty Commendation Award is given in years when the faculty feels the need for it to seniors who deserve special commendation. When this student applied to Baylor for her 9th grade year, one of her letters of recommendation from a trusted educator read, "In all my experience working with middle schoolers, I've not known one to display better character and higher achievement." And during her time at Baylor, she has lived up to that exact description. She is a dedicated student who has pursued an advanced course of study as well as a member of 3 state championship soccer teams during her time here. Grounded, reflective, and shaped by meaningful personal experience, she brings purpose, focus, and quiet strength to Baylor's community, and that is worthy of commendation. The recipient of this year's faculty commendation is Emily Betterton.
It is now my honor to present the Leadership Awards voted on by the faculty, beginning with the Stagmeyer Award. Stagmeyer Award is named in honor of Hubert J. Stagmeyer, a member of the class of 1921. This award, determined by a vote of the faculty, goes to an outstanding senior or seniors. Today, we will honor 4 seniors. The first recipient exemplifies the rare combination of intellectual excellence, quiet leadership, and deep commitment to service. A scholar of remarkable range and depth, she has reached the highest levels of Baylor's curriculum, earning universal praise for her precision, insight, and work ethic across disciplines. Yet her academic achievement has never come at the expense of humility or generosity. She has been a steady force within Baylor's community service program, leading with calm judgment and unwavering care in moments of complexity. As a Respect Board member, Jamaica Trip participant, and 2-year dorm prefect, she is a trusted listener and principled presence for peers and adults alike. The first recipient of this year's Stagmeyer Award is Eloise Adams. This year's second recipient is defined by quiet integrity, intellectual courage, and genuine kindness. A relentless learner, he seeks Baylor's most demanding classrooms and elevates them, asking insightful questions, clarifying complex concepts for peers, and never hesitating to help. Beyond the classroom, he pairs curiosity with disciplined work in environmental research, investigating salamanders and the bacterial communities on their skin with a patience to embrace setbacks and the independence to push for new insight. He leads with the same steady, others-first spirit in campus life, including sustainability work and service that reflects Baylor's mission to make a positive difference in the world. A proud 4-year member of the varsity swim team, he helps define how scholar athletes at Baylor can sit atop both their academic and athletic pursuits. The second recipient of this year's Stagmeyer Award is Gavin Boggs. The third recipient of this year's Stagmeyer Award was best summed up by one of his teachers. Though he does not seek the spotlight, he consistently rises when it matters most. A thoughtful leader, courageous intellect, and humble force, he is a leader to all. Academically, he brings the same resolve and curiosity, pursuing Baylor's most rigorous courses. A gifted engineer and coder, he has spent time in Baylor's scientific research program developing a prototype mechanical shredder for 3D printer filament and an air-actuated quadruped miniature robot. He also leads and mentors others through his role as captain of the robotics team, a 4-year member of the band, and other areas of civic engagement. Across classrooms, labs, and communities, he pairs deep ability with empathy and service. The third recipient of this year's Stagmeyer Award is Brandon Oakes. The final recipient of this year's Stagmeyer Award exemplifies quiet empathy, intellectual integrity, and steadfast leadership. He meets others with patience and presence, instinctively offering care rather than attention-seeking solutions. The primary reason he was selected as a 2025 Joe Key Trip participant. Academically, this student remarked to a teacher last year, "I want to understand concepts truly, not just get a good grade." That mantra has held true as he has tackled some of Baylor's most challenging courses with deliberate purpose. Those academic interests and pursuits have also bled into 2 of Baylor's most selective academic co-curricular programs, Round Table and Harris Stanford, where he has served as a regular and valued contributor. Across campus, he leads by example and a big, wide smile. As a varsity tennis captain, Red Circle tour guide, and mentor to younger students, his leadership is never loud, but it is constant, authentic, and deeply felt. The recipient of this year's Stagmeyer Award, who is currently representing Baylor in his captain's role as we battle Macaulay right across town in the tennis state championship, of which we won the doubles point, so we're in the lead, is George Stowe. Let's give him a round. The next leadership award is the Herbert B. Barks Jr. Award, named in honor of the school's 5th headmaster, who actually was my headmaster and still my mentor. This award, determined by a vote of the faculty, goes to female and male seniors who have contributed richly to the Baylor spirit. The female recipient of the Barks Jr. Award leads with creativity, inclusivity, and unmistakable authenticity. She once described herself as a peacock in a field of penguins. And she has spent her time at Baylor proving that Baylor is better with a little more color. School spirit takes many forms at Baylor, and she has championed every group she has led. Whether sharing her gifts and leadership as a member of the Baylor Players, or highlighting students and faculty through the Quad Pod, she is committed to bringing the spotlight to those who deserve to be celebrated. Perhaps her greatest act of school spirit and service comes through a role all of you may have seen but may not fully understand. Over the last 4 years, she has proudly served as Baylor's beloved mascot, Victor E. Tiger. As the masked unknown body inside the mascot, she has helped enhance school spirit athletic events, admissions events, alumni weekend, and more. Whether on stage, in the classroom, or on the sidelines, she makes sure that others feel welcomed, seen, and inspired to be themselves. The first recipient of the Herbert B. Barks Jr. Award is B. Newell. The male recipient of the Barks Jr. Award brings extraordinary energy, resilience, and heart to our community. A deeply committed student athlete, his love of his chosen sport is matched only by his discipline and leadership, setting the standard through hard work and example. In the classroom, he has steadily increased both rigor and achievement, earning praise for his curiosity, engagement, and thoughtful contributions. It is with the same spirit that he embraced his role as a letterman, painted red, leading cheers and energizing one of the nation's great student sections in unwavering support of his classmates. And yes, that meant completing a college scholarship application video live on the track right before kickoff. As he shared during his senior speech, standing right here, he has been shaped by profound personal challenge, and through that he has found his magnanimitas, his greatness of spirit, in perseverance, authenticity, and humility. The recipient of this year's Herbert B. Barks Jr. Award is Heath Teshasarawan. Our next leadership award is named for Herbert B. Barks Sr., the school's third headmaster. This award, determined by a vote of the boarding faculty, goes to female and male boarding seniors who have contributed richly to the boarding community. The female recipient of the Barks Senior Award brings an uncommon depth of reflection and self-awareness to boarding life. She lives thoughtfully, balancing intellectual seriousness with approachability, and carries that inner discipline outwards as a leader and friend. In the classroom, she is meticulous, curious, and deeply engaged, earning faculty praise for work that is both rigorous and nuanced. Her creativity is equally evident through her art, where conceptual thinking and technical precision meet with intention and care. Within the dorm, she has been an exceptional prefect, proactive, inclusive, and responsive to feedback. She organizes with purpose, leads with empathy, and elevates those around her through quiet competence. Her commitment to the boarding experience likely goes unnoticed by many, but if you ask any new freshman boarder in her dorm, they will credit her as their biggest supporter, best listener, and dependable chauffeur, easing their transition to Baylor and ensuring that they get the most of their Baylor experience. Recipient of this year's Herbert B. Barks Senior Award is Sarah Elizabeth Watson. The male recipient of the Barks Senior Award has leveraged his leadership to enhance every corner of Baylor's campus. A member of the Honor Council, Harris Stanford, and the Boarding Admission Council, he models ethical leadership not through visibility, but through daily action, leading to his selection as a Joe Key Tripper. His recognition day is for the rich contributions to the boarding community, of which there are many. Mr. Smith, a day faculty member, shared a story that while he was staying late for work one afternoon, he decided to eat in the dining hall for dinner. This student quickly invited Mr. Smith to join him and his friends for dinner and to share in the boarding experience. A 2-year Probasco and 2-year Lupton resident, his residential experience has shaped him into a prefect who balances authority with empathy and steadiness, serving as a trusted presence for students and adults alike. Whether supporting dorm mates, representing Baylor's spirit as a letterman, or serving as the sole senior captain of this year's lacrosse team. His character is unmistakable. The recipient of this year's Herbert B. Bark Senior Award is Hank Etzler. Our next leadership award is the Alexander Gary Award, named for the school's second headmaster. This award, determined by a vote of the faculty, goes to female and male seniors who have contributed richly to the position of honor and right at Baylor. The female recipient of the Gary Award exemplifies integrity lived with intention. From an early point in her Baylor career, she has been entrusted with significant responsibility. Selected as a prefect while still a sophomore, and consistently serving her boarding community with empathy, steadiness, and care. Her leadership is marked not by authority, but by her ability to create belonging and to act for the good of others. Her classmates and teachers alike have recognized her character at the highest level, selecting her for both the Abshire Award and the Joe Key Award, honors reserved for students whose vision, integrity, and leadership elevate the entire Baylor community. Those same skills have served her well as a long-standing member of the Respect Board and a cornerstone of Baylor's community service program. In the classroom, she brings the same seriousness of purpose, steadily increasing academic rigor and modeling collaborative engagement. Through thoughtful action, moral clarity, and service rooted in compassion, she embodies the spirit of honor at Baylor. The first recipient of this year's Alexander Gary Award is Julissa Gerard. The male recipient of the Gary Award grounds his intellectual excellence in humility and integrity. A scholar of extraordinary range, he stands at the very top of his class, not only by achievement, but by the depth of curiosity and care he brings to every discipline. Whether in advanced mathematics, scientific research, humanities, or language study, he raises the level of inquiry for those around him through precision, clarity, and generosity of mind. Not to mention, he is one of the most talented musicians on campus. His peers have repeatedly recognized his character, honoring him with some of Baylor's most meaningful distinctions and entrusting him as the chair of this year's Honor Council. In that role, he approaches difficult situations with empathy, discernment, and resolve, embodying the spirit, not just the letter, of our honor code. While he oversees cases of honor, it is his focus on implementing the spirit and letter of the honor code in all aspects of students' lives that is worthy of praise. In classrooms, labs, and performances, he sets a standard of excellence rooted in right action. The recipient of this year's Alexander Gary Award is William Hubbard. The final leadership award, the John Roy Baylor Award, is named for the school's first headmaster. This award, determined by a vote of the faculty, goes to female and male seniors who have contributed richly to the school, both as scholars and as Baylor citizens. The female recipient of this year's John Roy Baylor Award represents the fullest expression of intellectual excellence paired with generosity of spirit. A scholar of uncommon depth and range, she has pursued Baylor's most rigorous curriculum with distinction, setting a standard not only through achievement, but through curiosity, discipline, and care for others. Her brilliance never isolates. Instead, it elevates classrooms, discussions, and collective work across disciplines. Beyond academics, she has shaped Baylor through her initiative and service. A portion of her activities and accolades include dance, exchange, Harris Stanford, global, civic, and scientific research scholar, Respect Board, Jamaica Tripper, Abshire Fellow, Joe Key Tripper, and member of Round Table. One teacher commented, "She approaches everything with conviction to act as though what you do makes a difference, because it does." In that, she has already been living out the school's mission to make a positive difference in the world. Whether mentoring elementary scholars, building community across cultures, or quietly supporting peers, she leads with warmth, humility, and intention. The first recipient of this year's John Roy Baylor Award is our valedictorian, Anna Stoddard. The male recipient of the John Roy Baylor Award approaches learning with unmistakable joy and boundless curiosity. He is a student who treats school as a verb, never content to coast, always eager to deepen understanding. In doing so, he has established himself in activities and co-curricular offerings as a true leader. He's a member of Harris Stanford, Abshire Fellow, Joe Key Trip, debate club participant, and valued member of the varsity tennis team. Whether performing in an ensemble, engaging in advanced research, or contributing thoughtfully to Round Table, he leads quietly and consistently. He humbly took on his Eagle Scout project on campus, building picnic tables. Even our maintenance foreman, who had volunteered to assist him, commented that in his nearly 40 years of working at Baylor, he had not worked with a student so dedicated and so self-sufficient, not to mention polite. Ultimately, this recipient embodies a reverence for tradition paired with an intellectual energy that strengthens the community, and for that, we are all grateful. The recipient of this year's John Roy Baylor Award is James McCorkle. And as you heard, James is currently at the International Science Engineering Fair in Phoenix, representing Baylor and presenting on using College in 19 expression and C. elegans development to further expand the LET7 microRNA genetic interactome, which I know we all fully understand. So congratulations to James. I look forward to sharing that with him later. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Shaw Wilson, and I serve as Baylor's Assistant Head of School. It is my distinct pleasure to present the Jumonville and O.B. Andrews Awards. The Jumonville Award is presented to the best all-around male and female juniors as determined by a vote of upper school students. Our female recipient has a wide array of interests and activities at Baylor. She's active in Young Life and serves as a wildlife leader. You can find her working as a costumer for the middle school play or on the tennis court or as a dorm prefect. Please join me in congratulating this year's Jumonville recipient, Rosemary Clark. Our male Jumonville recipient is a student who makes an impact at Baylor in a wide variety of ways. A strong student with a wide set of academic interests, this young man, is also a strong contributor for the lacrosse team. An Abshire and Joe Key Trip recipient, Harris Stanford member, and next year's Honor Council chair, this student is probably most known by classmates for his generosity and positivity. This year's Jumonville recipient is Jackson Reisman. The O.B. Andrews Award is given to the best all-around male and female seniors as determined by a vote of upper school students. Our female Jumonville recipient, our female O.B. Andrews recipient is a young lady whose presence is felt in a wide variety of places on campus. A 4-year boarder, this student is active on the Student Leadership Board, FCA, Red Circle, the Boarding Admissions Council, and Baylor Church. She served as a prefect in Lawrence in addition to playing a number of sports. This student participated in the Baylor Exchange and the Joe Key Trip this past summer. Please join me in congratulating this year's Obie Andrews recipient, Mary Holmes Phillips. Our male Obie Andrews recipient has also made a strong imprint in a large number of ways at Baylor. A strong student and captain of this year's soccer team, this young man has found involvement beyond the classroom and the field as a member of the Honor Council and Young Life, as well as finding time to work in Baylor's community service program. We've heard an awful lot about him already today, but we know him as a letterman and a gentleman. This year's Obie Andrews recipient is Heath Teshasirwa.
As Charlie comes up to deliver the benediction, it is my pleasure to announce Baylor just defeated Macaulay to win our state championship in tennis. Let's go!
Please rise and join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, today we are here to celebrate the class of 2026 for their accomplishments, friendships, memories, and growth that you have shaped. Thank you for your guidance throughout our lives that has developed us into the people we are today. Thank you for allowing us to call this beautiful place home and for providing us with the best teachers, coaches, and faculty at this amazing school. As the class of 2026 moves on, I ask for more of your guidance as we all step into a new chapter of our lives. May you bless this class's future with opportunities, well-being, and success. May you allow the bonds that have formed to remain strong for years to come as we soon head on our own paths. And please allow us to continue looking towards you as we leave this amazing place. Amen.
In a moment, we're going to dismiss, and the seniors are going to process out from the front. I would ask that all award winners please return back here to the front of the chapel for a picture or a few pictures. And for the last time, with the help of senior leadership, we are dismissed. So file out together. File out together.
if you're still in here and you want an award, please come forward. We wanted to get the whole group. We good? Okay.